With a smile that's famous around Bartlett High, Indiana Soliman accepts an award from the Tennessee School Boards Association. The honor humbles the class of 2009 graduate, a determined student whose success is rooted to a heartbreaking diagnosis.
When I was about 6, I was living in the Dominican Republic, and I kept getting sick. Like, I kept having headaches and feeling weak, and that's when I was diagnosed with AML leukemia. And there was really not much they could do over there, considering how they're like third world country and stuff like that. So from down there, I was referred to St. Jude, and they were nice enough to let me in.
Before long, Indiana was a St. Jude success story, becoming the first patient to be a self-bone marrow donor. Much more success awaited in the classroom. A 4th grader when she entered the public education system, Indiana spoke fluent English less than 2 years later.
Coming here, I think, was like a blessing. We didn't really see it that way back then, because when something bad happens to you, you always see like the negative effects to it. You never really see the good stuff out of like the bad stuff. You always ask why this is happening to me. You never like see what you could get out of a situation.
Always a good student, it was here at Bartlett High where this quiet girl truly came out of her shell.
And so I saw that she seemed interested but needed a little prompting, and I really think that was the stimulus.
I mean, I had a little push from like my friends and my teachers to like really get me out there. But once I get like that first push, I kind of just like go for it.
And thanks to that little push, Indiana's involvement soared.
Now I am student council president. I am Beta Club vice president. I'm a member of the National Honor Society. I'm on the editorial board for a yearbook. I'm in FCCLA.
I think the fact that she could get an excellent education in the public schools has been tremendous.
You can tell that she loves what she does, and so that's a reflection to the other students, and in turn makes them want to do, you know, what she's doing and be excited about the activities that are going on at school.
In fact, many who know Indiana call her quite the motivator.
We have a lot of classes together, and anytime that I'm struggling with something, you know, she'll be like, you can do this, and she teaches me and she'll help me.
I guess I can be a motivator to them, but they're also like big motivators to me. Like, we're kind of like, it's a team effort.
But perhaps the most remarkable thing about Indiana is her maturity, choosing to see the silver lining despite tough circumstances.
The first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, cancer, you know, all this other stuff, and then I think how she pushes through it.
It is her experiences that make her the person she is. Like, she's had to go through so much, so she appreciates everything that everybody does for her.
But what's the fun of like always looking at the bad side of life? You only have one life to live, so might as well live it up to the fullest, you know? The present is a gift, and that's why it's called the present, so take advantage of it.
The Tennessee School Boards Association honored Indiana and her remarkable story at its 2009 conference in Shelby County. A celebration of educational accomplishments across the state, it was an emotional moment for this student who had come so far since her diagnosis in the Dominican Republic.
The United States has given me, first of all, I did learn English, as y'all can tell.
When I got up there, the first thing I saw was my mom's face, and she was crying, so I was like, uh-oh, the tears are just gonna flow. And they weren't really like tears of sadness, they were just tears of joy. Joy because I overcame all of that, you know? I was able to like go through it, and like, it just made me stronger.
Now an outpatient at St. Jude, Indiana's goal is to return to the place that took such good care of her as a child. But this time, she wants to be the one bringing lots of love to children who are in a place she knows all too well.
And my future plans is to work at St. Jude, just because they've done so much for me. And not only for me, but also for like my family and my friends, because through St. Jude I met a lot of wonderful people who I can now call best friends of mine.
I just think it's excellent for a student in high school to know that they want to give back to the community because the community has helped them.
The first thing you think about when you see Indiana is that great smile, you know. So that's not a personality characteristic, but I guess if you have overcome cancer, the rest of the world is, you know, just easy.
For Shelby County Schools, I'm Ted Beasley.